Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow, and welcome to my latest Fafcast. It's going to be a custom 1v1 on Twin Rivers, and it's going to be a amazing match. This was sent to me a couple days ago, and I can't wait to cast it. Really quick before we get into introducing our players, I'll slow this down just so we don't miss anything. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who's joined the channel recently, and if you're watching this video and you're not yet, I would highly appreciate a subscription. I'm trying to push for 200 subscribers. We just passed 150, and we passed 1,000 hours watched. I really appreciate each and every one of you and the community we're building. Check out the Discord. And with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take it back to normal game speed and introduce our players. We will start with our player in the top right. He is a red Seraphim by the name of Explosive. He was actually in my very first cast. It was Explosive versus Montana on Serenity Point. I think I'm gonna get the name wrong. But his opponent down here, a brown Cybran. He is bananawhale. They are both of the EDC clan, which is pretty cool. Nice to see some clan action here. And they're going to be doing a 1v1 here on Twin Rivers. There is a ton of reclaim here in the middle and in the back. There are 2 islands, of course, each of which having 4 mass points. Very important to grab and hold at least one of them if you're in a team game, or yeah, at least one of them even if you're in a 1v1 match. Let's go ahead and check out what they're doing. They both went first land, and it does look like they're both sending out scouts to respective sides of the map. They're both sending them to the opposite, like, of this little mountain here in the middle. I'm guessing that this mass field here and here will be contested at least a little bit by a few units. You generally put a scout here just so you can see... Well, nope. That scout's not going to be able to see it. This scout will be able to see anything coming around here to try and grab this mass reclaim. And we have a little bit of a disparity in the openers here. bananawhale actually kind of behind in his expansion, only at 4 mexes compared to almost 6 now. But that should be remedied here soon. As far as total mass accrued, there's no difference, and yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about mass this early on. It's really not that important. What's important is how they use their starting units, and we do have a tank coming out here. It looks like it may grab first blood on this scout, but it may not. The scout is pulling away. It does seem that bananawhale is on top of his game. And I clicked out of the game and on accident. First time casting in a little bit, can you tell? I forgot to turn on my minimap for this. Minimap is on now, and everything is gravy. We have a few engineers expanding to the back over here for both players. Both players taking this position, which in a normal team game is going to be the rearguard air position. We have a third factory, or a first air factory just finishing for Explosive, and the air factory for bananawhale has already been completed. And we did have first blood on that mole, and second blood goes to this mantis. It's gonna end up being just shy of dying at 2 HP because the scout couldn't quite get off enough. That Selin was not quite enough damage to kill it off, but we did have first blood seemingly be that mole. So first blood to Explosive, as another little bit of harassment is going to fail over here. It's not going to get any engineers or anything of significance done over here. Does my minimap not have... Does the minimap never have mass points show up on it? Minimap options. Oh, that's main view. Okay, minimap. Okay, there we go. Wow, I didn't even know you could do that with the main view. What does that look like? That is trippy. Okay. Alright, I'm done messing around with that. Okay. That distracted me so much. We do have a couple of mantis, a handful of them over here, getting swatted away by this battalion of Thoms. We have a sneaky Mantis trying to get past this little army here. Will he notice it? He will. He will stop that Mantis from getting back in here and maybe killing an engineer and some mass extractors. We have air scouts and some interceptors up for both players. Let's see, how much has he scouted? He's scouted the main base. He has a general idea of what's going on. Explosive scouting isn't quite as well, but he has managed to sneak a little sneaky Thom back here. It is in pursuit by a Mantis. Could possibly... Nope, it's not going to nab an engineer quite yet. We gotta see who's gonna get up transports first and be able to grab at least one of the islands, maybe both if they get up transports early enough and can protect them. And we have your general movement. Sorry, I was getting my keys out of my pocket because they were digging into my side there. But yeah, let's see. Nothing super crazy going on. I was trying to figure out where the shooting was coming from. It's this Tham. It's currently... Is it Tham or Thom? Somebody give me the phonetic pronunciation of the Seraphim T1 tank. Neither the Mantis or the Thom, they're going to die there. The Thom, Tham, Vam, Wham, thank you, ma'am. We have a line of tanks just coming in to fight these Mantis. Not quite sure who's going to come out on top. It looks like there might be slightly more Mantis, and of course, there is a defender's advantage. Constant units streaming out of these factories, and the units streaming out of Banana Whale's factories are going to get here sooner, as they don't have to walk quite as far. These tanks aren't going to get much done other than make a small mass field here for Banana Whale to reclaim. He did manage to get his tank snuck in around here, and it is spotted on radar, so I'm sure dispatch a couple of Mantis over here, or even your comm if you're really wanting to waste time with it, and you can get quite a bit done. Both players moving their comms out towards the northern and southern flank, the opposite flank that they did not start on, respectively. And we have some Mantis over here that are running away from an angry herd of Thoms. That engagement's never going to go well for those Mantis. They might get out, but no. Now they're moving back in towards it. All of these Mantis are dead, just like the Mantis over here are going to be dead very soon. We do have a decent number of interceptors up for both players. We have 7 for Explosive, and Banana Whale sitting on 6. And we have an engineer cliff building over here on this northern island. This is an option if you do not want to go for transports. You just build a factory by standing at the bottom of a cliff and getting it just in range, getting it just right. Build that factory up, not have to worry about it. Both players sitting on all of their mass points now, except for this one, which was possibly killed. Nope, it's just been a very slow claim for Explosive. And when we check on the mass totals, Explosive is behind by 3,000, and mass income in general, we do have 57 mass per second for Banana Whale compared to 43 for Explosive. So Explosive is behind on the mass game. And as far as power goes, not that it's super important, Explosive is ahead on power currently. This transport over here, fully laden with engineers, might get shot down. Oh my gosh, that is brutal. Engineers and tanks on that transport all die, and that's just reclaim for these engineers that are going to be pumped out of this factory. Ah, that's so brutal to lose that. And we're going to have a drop down here for this island by Banana Whale, and that's going to be him grabbing control of both islands, which is quite advantageous. You can get a lot of mass that you can't really account for whenever you're playing in these 1v1s. You have no idea what your enemy's economy is like without scouting, and whenever they get both of these islands, it's deceptive how much 4 mass points can make a huge difference, especially if you can manage to hold both of these. I would guess that if I were explosive, I'd probably want to go for this one now. I'd get up another transport and at least try it. But it is going to be hard either way. Once you get entrenched in these positions, it's a little bit harder to dethrone you and take it from you than simply getting there first is. And we have a large group of tanks coming over here, and it looks like bananawhale's trying to wall off this section of the map, try and make his enemies approach from more of a choke point. Walls are so useful. You don't see them used quite as often as they maybe should be, but it is a very real tactic. On maps like this, where you have these long open pathways, it's much more common to see a line of walls set up to just block enemies from running at you. But it's definitely nice to see. He's going to try and create a choke point, of course. And I've repeated myself enough on that point. I'm really just waiting for these large groups of tanks and possibly the comm of explosive who... Does he have an upgrade at all? No, he does not. For a second, I thought you might have gun upgrade. I'm not super familiar with the differences between base comm and the gun comm upgrade. I know it gets bigger, but I don't know. Maybe I have just a poor sense of size. We do have a scout and some engineer or some Zooies and tanks being dropped over here. An Ilsheva and some Zooies. This probably will be able to kill off everything here. This Ilsheva going to be extremely useful and hard to deal with. As long as he can kill off the engineers relatively quickly, he does need to micro this right now in order to stop them from getting up a whole bunch of Tech 1 point defense. But I think he has bigger issues afoot as he's having to pull back these forces over here as a large group of hoplites and mantis have managed to appear on this flank to ward off that aggressive play. The PD did manage to finish, I believe. No, it did not manage to finish. And it is going to go down. And this Ilsheva is going to kill off everything on this island with the help of that one Zooey. Ilsheva definitely paying itself off. One vet. Hero Ilshi. Hashtag Hero Ilshi. And he is going to have his transport return with 3 engineers to go ahead and build that area up. And with an Ilsheva there, it's going to be even harder to drop it. So I'm pretty sure he's wrestled control of this island back for himself. Are these inties going to turn around? Oh, does he have any knowledge of it? I would think with that scout that he just had, he'd have knowledge of this transport, but apparently he did not, or he wasn't paying enough attention and did not get his inties the kill order on that transport. It would have killed it before it dropped, and that would have been very, very annoying, I would assume, as we have gun speed and range on the way for explosive. Let's go ahead and check on those eco numbers again. It's shored up a little bit with explosive being a little bit sporadic with his eco, but he is at 57 and 59 mass patic between the two, and it looks like it's 75 pretty consistently for bananawhale. Maybe he just got an upgrade. It was 69 beforehand, which is a fun meme, or I think it was 69. But he is now at 65. Did he lose a mass extractor somewhere? I don't know. He is around 75 mass a second, and that is what we're gonna say about that. As far as techs go, we have Tech 2 land for both players and Tech 2 air for bananawhale. Do we have the same over here? And it looks like these factories were control K'd. I don't think anything came over here to kill these unless there was some kind of Natha snipe on them or something. But I feel I'd see a lot more dead engineers if that were a case. No T2 air here. Is there T2 air possibly coming back here? I'm not seeing it anywhere, so I don't think T2 air is even on the way for explosive. Does he know his opponent has T2 air? He does not, so he is unaware of his opponent's tech advantage currently. This could be very dangerous with the likes of gunships and possible Corsair snipes and all of that nice goodness that comes with T2 air. Nano repair on the way for this comm. He's going full on Rambo right now, which could be very dangerous if he's allowed to complete all of this. You need to get some units in here, hopefully some long range units, to start blapping away at that comm, force that upgrade to be canceled, but instead they're going to fall back as this T1 force moves forward. These T1 units are all going to die, but it is going to buy him time, and if Nano repair finishes, he can very easily go toe-to-toe with his entire army with just his comm, not to mention the Zooey artillery support he'd have. A bunch of Ilshivas pushing down on this flank, and they're getting in range of the hoplites, and that's very bad for the life expectancy. I can't speak. The life expectancy of those hoplites. You do not want to get them in range. They have super long range. You want to keep them away from your opponents, just like you do with Mongoose and most of the sniper bots in the all of the sniper bots in the game. Any range Gatling sniper bot, any bot that doesn't have a lot of HP, you want to keep it away because it has range, and range is a powerful advantage. As we have a ton of Mantis attacking the comm of Explosive, he's in a lot of trouble. Does he have overcharge? Can he overcharge? He can. He needs to overcharge some of these, getting 5 kills with that overcharge. He's in a lot of trouble, and Ilshiva dropped to try and save him. Multiple more Ilshivas on the way. He needs to keep dodging. No, there's no artillery fire. He just needs to keep moving and get some veterancy and let Nano Repair do its job. That was a very close call for Explosive. And now there's a Corsair here. Are there any more Corsair on the way? That could be a death nail. It does look like Tech 2 Air has been achieved somewhere on the map for our Red Seraphim player. I'm not seeing it at this given moment. There's the Tech 2 HQ. Is he in any more threat? I don't see anything else coming over here. There's some hoplites, but now he has Ilshivas and some Volthru gunships out here helping him defend his comm. He also has Nathas. Where is his T2 Air located? T2 land, T1 Air, T1 Air, T1 Air. Here's his T2 Air. It's like on the front lines. Or pretty much. That's a very weird location for your T2 Air. For your Air HQ, I should rather say. As we have another push out, these Ilshivas getting work done. All of them racking up the kills. Blue Whale is not in any threat here, but pushing in, killing off maybe some of these factories that are being built, always a good thing. All of these Volthus are just dying en masse to this huge amount of interceptors. Who has more interceptors currently? We're at 100, we're at 12 and 10 unfueled here versus Banana Whale's 47. Are there more interceptors laying around? Nope, that's all of his interceptors. He's woefully behind in the air game. He does have T2 Air, and he was using those gunships and these transports very efficiently. I don't even know when all of this died. That must have been from that push we saw earlier where he was pushing everything back. He managed to kill off these mass extractors and drop a couple of engineers. He was going to try and do a cheeky expand to his opponent's. Would this be the natural? His opponent's natural as far as naturals go. But it is going to be unsuccessful with these Corsairs here to shut it down. And we might be looking at a little bit of a lull here. I'm not seeing any large pushes from these units. We have Regen Aura on the way for Explosive. Even though he was just very nearly killed, taken to lower than 1,000 HP, he is already back up to 13,000. He just nano repair, 76 health a second. Very quick regen, very difficult to really put down this comm without just a massive burst of damage. And we do have Corsairs coming out to snipe the power. We do have reclaim mortars on the power, so if the power dies, it's not going to explode, thankfully. But there's not a lot of antis here. He's going to need to shoot down these Corsairs, though. They're going to power lock him very, very soon. He's currently at 193 power. If this power gen dies, he power locks, and yes, he is power locking. He needs to throw as much as he can into that T2 Pigeon before he runs out of power. Pause things, get things back up before that T2 Pigeon. You need that to get your power under control again. Of course, Reclaim is always going to supplement these numbers at least a little bit. But now he is officially out of power reserves, and he is power stalling hard. Versus Banana Whale, perfectly fine on power. Almost a perfect balance on them, honestly. And sitting at 1,000 power a second versus only 1,600 power a second versus only about 1,000 now. That T2 Pigeon needs to be completed very quickly. That is devastating right now. Being power locked is never something you want. Very painful, and it just shuts everything down. We have a Natha over here. Is it going to achieve anything of significance? It did kill off that T1 Mex, which, I mean, I guess that is significant in a very small way. You do have to, you force your enemy to choose this engineer and click build me another mass extractor. May even get a second one if it's lucky. Ooh. Is it going to get the second one? It looks like it. It's actually going for this power generator over here, which, whoa, I didn't know the Natha did, like, over 1,000 damage a hit. Jesus. Nathas do damage. And there is a Volthu gunship on the way in here, and it's going to possibly kill this off. No, it's not. The interceptors did respond in time, attempting to return the favor that Banana Whale gave him. But Banana Whale is power stalling anyways, even without this. He is building power, which is very power intensive, but he is power stalling currently. That is interesting. So they have reversed roles. One is power stalling and one is not, and this time it's the other way around. And the side islands are both claimed by their respective owners now, both completely in the hands. Doesn't look like anybody's contesting either island right now. We do have T2 mexes on the way over here, and when we look at the mass generation totals, it's actually kind of ridiculous. It's 85 mass per second for explosive versus 134 mass per second for a Banana Whale. He hasn't played very aggressively or been up in the face of explosive. He's been quietly ecoing behind his front lines, building up all of these walls to create choke points and just doing everything he can to kind of turtle up in a way without building a bunch of fire bases and structures. Playing very much so on the defensive, but he is accruing a definite economical advantage, almost doubling his opponent's mass per second. But now his opponent does have... Did he finish Regen Aura? He did finish Regen Aura, so all of these units nearby his comm are going to be getting healing, and I think you can actually see the aura effect on the ones that have it. Is very nice. He's going to be able to keep this army alive quite well. I don't know how much Regen Aura does for these units. It looks like +5 a second, +15 a second, versus normally they have 0 unless they have veterancy. So they are going to get quite the benefit. He is going to be slowly healing up all of his units. Every second they're not taking damage, they're healing. On top of his comms, very impressive 82 health a second. As we have this large push coming in, he's going to start racking up that veterancy, making that comm even tankier, sitting at 16,800 health points right now, as he throws an overcharge into Banana Whale's comm, and these units just go out for the all-out war. And it's just a massive battle. Very, very cinematic. This game is so cinematic. Like, no matter how much I've played this game or watched this game, I'm always amazed by how cinematic it can and is sometimes. We did have a brick out, but it just got overcharged, so that did not achieve very much whatsoever. There is going to be constant brick production coming out of here, of course, which is very nice. T3 land is a very big factor in 1v1s. Once you get it, if you can get it first and maintain supremacy over T3 land production, you can definitely get a lot of map control very easily off that. As the units for explosives seem to have petered out, and yes, indeed they have. He pushed a little bit further than he should have and lost all of those units, but the important thing is his comm is still here and racking up kills, sitting at 18,200 health right now. This is a very tanky comm. Not the most tanky, because if you get T3 plus 6 vet and advanced nano repair and all of that stuff, you can get up to 60, almost 70,000 health on a comm. But this comm is very deadly and dangerous. With all of this regeneration, even the T3 bricks are not going to do too terribly much as long as he can walk away from them and overcharge them. 88 health per second now. He's going to be passing that 100 health every single second mark. 94 at 4 vet. At 5 vet, he is going to be over 100 health regen every single second that he is alive for. Let's go ahead and pull up that mini-map again and the economical board, and we can see that the mass advantage is still there for Banana Whale, but it doesn't mean too terribly much whenever all of your units aren't able to get anything done versus this gun comm. Banana Whale does not have a great excuse or a great response for this gun comm whatsoever. He's building a line of T1 PD. I'm guessing there was some kind of T2 attack coming on out, and we have a Otham on this T2 that's a T1 transport. On this T1 transport coming out to assist this comm. T3 land 4 explosive now. And this could get very dangerous very quickly for Banana Whale if he does not manage to dissuade this comm from pushing any further. And what happened to Banana Whale's interceptor advantage? It just seems to have disappeared. 30 NTs for explosive and only 16 for Banana Whale. He has all of this mass and all of this power and all of this eco, but what is he doing with it? I mean, he's of course producing bricks, which is very useful, but I feel he needs a little bit more than bricks at the moment, as they're just getting overcharged to death. And explosive is getting 100 health every single second he's alive for. He just has to walk away for a couple of seconds and take no fire for a little bit to completely negate all of this damage that's being done. So much health sustain on that commander, as we have lines and lines of T1 factories produced just to try and cull the tide of this commander and all of these T2 and T3 units. We have currently 29 factories out for Banana Whale. Those T1 factories just throwing Mantis out at his opponent, not to mention the multiple T2 factories and the T3 HQ. He's going to have a lot of units coming here very quickly in comparison to Explosive, who's walking all of his units over, and he doesn't have quite as many factories. Explosive going for quality over quantity currently. Open in a nice can of insert generic soda here. Um, as we have Explosive just using his comm even more. I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think I am. I'm just constantly looking over at the minimap and I'm like, what's going on that I'm not seeing? We still have T2 air for both players. Nobody's gone quite to T3 yet, which is to be expected. There's so many Mantis just pouring out now. We have 94 Mantis, and they're all just concentrated in this general area. We do have an attempt at a breakthrough, and these two mechs have gone down. These few T1 units out from Explosive just trying to pull this army apart, keep it from being able to be concentrated on him. And he's doing very well for himself. 137 kills on that comm versus 37. He has 100 more kills on his comm than bananawhale. Let's go ahead, and I know it's super late, but let's check the mass reclaim numbers. bananawhale sitting at 43,000 versus only 12,000 for Explosive from all of this fighting happening right here on his front lines. bananawhale just has accrued so much more mass this game, but he does not feel like he's in control. He's starting to get a semblance of control now that he's going with this spam tactic. There is a certain quality in quantity, as a famous dictator, or infamous dictator, did once say. But it's... I want to see some kind of strategy to attack your enemy. He's just sitting here trying to hold off the attacks from Explosive. He doesn't have anything aggressive to try and stop the flow of units and stop the support that's coming in. He did somehow manage to kill off this mechs though, so maybe I'm just wrong and I'm missing him doing run-bys with Corsairs and such. $168 kills. I think this comm's gonna get over 200 kills. I mean, admittedly, a lot of them are T1 units, but that's still a lot of mass to be killing. He's killed 15.3 thousand mass worth of units. Oh my gosh, it's so cinematic. Sorry if I'm not saying that much. I'm just admiring everything going on in this game. There is a tad bit of a stutter. It's not as bad as in 1v1 games. It doesn't freeze quite as often. I do apologize for that. I'm beginning to think it's just my computer. I don't know what it is. It might be the AMD card, the AMD chip I have, or maybe the fact that I have an AMD GPU as well might not be helping that. Most games are optimized for Intel. We have so much just going on screen at any given time. It's just this endless tide of T1 units coming out from bananawhale and Explosive responding with his comm, and these T2 and T3 units. He does seem to have a run-by on the mind. Currently, he does seem to be throwing some units down here, try and kill off some of these factories. Let's see, he does know about all of the factories, and bananawhale knows pretty much everything about his opponent's base. They have all of the intel, they know what's going on. These sniper bots are just killing off these T2 point defense, and that's just... it's just brutal. He can slowly push forward with these sniper bots and just cause infinite mayhem for bananawhale. And he doesn't have, like, the same kind of easy response. He is building trebuchets to try and kill off those sniper bots. And trebuchets do outrange the sniper bots, I'm pretty sure, but at a certain point you have to stop and ask yourself, what do I need to do to kill this comm? And at this point, I'm thinking the comm is really close to you. I'd try and get something happening in the air game to kill him. Honestly, just start trying to produce some kind of air power that can just push this comm away from you, because you've tried the land spam and it didn't work. The little run by down here obviously didn't work, as we can see all of these factories still alive. It did get pretty far in, but it just damaged everything. It didn't really kill anything off. Explosive at 229 kills and 18,500 mass killed by this comm. That is one scary comm, to be honest. And I mean, he's joined by this Otham, who is sitting at 2,600 mass killed. Has that paid for itself? I wonder, how much does an Otham cost? I bet he's constantly hearing that commander under attack thing. 800. That Otham has killed multiple times worth of his own mass value. That Otham is powerful. 22 kills on this sniper bot, 11 on that one, 20 on this one, 12 there. Just a lot of kills on... He's getting a lot of value for each of these units. If we look at the kill-loss ratio, which is a ratio I don't use very often, but 1.5 to 1.6 is extremely efficient. It's 1.5 is high as hell. As Corsairs are now coming in, I was talking about needing air power, and Explosive is getting dangerously low on health. All of these Corsairs are just starting to chip away at his health. In combination with Trebuchet artillery and all of this T1 spam, is this going to be Explosive getting ejected after fighting such a good war here? He just wasn't able to quite push into the base, and he's down to 900, 1,000. It's such a battle between his health bar regenerating and his enemies lowering it. 200 health, 300 health. It's popping up to 400 health. They need to just do something. It's only 500 hit points. Get something to kill off this comm. 300 health again. It's just teetering on the edge of a death. Is he going to get away? Artillery shells coming in, each one of them proposing a modicum of threat and possible death. If a trebuchet shot lands, it may just kill him. He's going to be walking away. He's at 1,500 health. There are fire beetles now spewing out of this base. Oh, this would be such an awesome fire beetle kill. I haven't seen fire beetles kill any comms in a long time. Here they come. Are they going to blow up in time? Are they going to blow up close enough? Fire beetles, come on. Do it. No, the fire beetles haven't managed it. He's at 2,400 health. He's climbing so quickly with that health bar. And a strap bomb is going to come in and not quite kill him. Is this strap bomber going to get a second runoff? Oh my god, he's still alive. 700 health. Another strap bomb will kill him. This strap bomber cannot be allowed to get off another bomb. If it does, he is dead. And it does not. He is still alive, doing the fucking salsa to save his life, dancing around artillery shots and strategic bombs and fire beetles, everything, and the kitchen sink thrown at his comm right there, and it got so close to killing him. It does look like there's a T2 transport on the way. Is he trying to get on that, or is he... yeah, I don't know what's going on with that transport. Is he trying to pull his comm back to his base? I feel you need the comm here still. You're over 100 mass per second behind your opponent. At this point, we're going to start seeing experimentals or possibly nukes coming out from Banana Whale now that he's kind of fended off this attack to a degree. It's such a dangerous situation to be in. The comm is getting back. It is near a transport, but now it does seem that he's given it an order to return towards the front line. He's decided, I have an asylum shield, which is no joke, sitting at 10,000 health points on that shield that do regenerate. He does have quite the bit of protection with this. An extra 10,000 on top of his 21,000. I'd like to see if he can afford it. Him try and use all of these engineers to really quickly throw, I don't know, T2, T3, advanced nano repair, possibly. Yeah, or advanced restoration field. Honestly, T3 would be better than his restoration field, in my opinion, right now. You just want that comm to be... Well, actually, no. Restoration field's pretty dope. Oh, man, that is crazy how close that got to being Explosive's last seconds in this match, but it's still going on. We're 35 minutes strong, and neither player having a firm grasp on this game. Sure, Explosive is up here and holding more territory and is on the aggressive, but at the same time he is exposed and he does not have quite the same mass production. But bananawhale falling into an atrocious power stall. What upgrade? He is getting laser on the comm. Oh my god, he's decided, I've had enough of you walking around with this godly comm. Let me get my special upgrade, my factions upgrade that makes my comm scary, and show you what a true scary comm looks like. If this match ends in a comm duel, that would be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh my word. I love this match already. Explosive sent me this match. Thank you so much, Explosive, for sending me this match. It's so spicy. I actually haven't watched this beforehand. I was just like, Explosive sent it, said it's a banger of a match, I'll go for it. If I've already casted you before and you say a match is a banger and you submitted a replay, I'll usually trust you to an extent. I do like to watch replays for the first time through on a replay that, like, I don't know who's submitting it, but once you build up a reputation for finding good replays, I will gladly throw you a little bit of a bone there. As Explosive is pushing out, is he aware of what is approaching him? Does he know that the comm is right there? He does not. He doesn't have radar coverage. How does he build a radar? Build a T2 radar. I mean, a radar blip wouldn't really help since there's so many of them for this, but oh my, it's on a knife's edge. There's so much that could go perfectly or horribly for both players right now. If Banana manages to just walk in without the shield over Explosive and no support, no scouting, this could be deadly. And Explosive getting dangerously close. He is going to be firing that giant laser into his opponent. Oh my word, it's going to be the end, isn't it? Explosive falling dangerously low and he dies to the maser comm. Microwave laser coming in clutch for bananawhale after being used as a punching bag for 30, well, actually only really like 20 minutes, but 20 minutes of his opponent just sitting here and throwing units into his meat grinder, just constant fighting at his doorstep, constantly having to defend his main base, and he comes out with the maser, the microwave laser on that Cybercom with stealth, and just absolutely destroys the comm that had been giving him so many issues, that had killed hundreds of his units. That is such a good ending to this game. It just makes me think that the Cybern's sitting there like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm fed up with this comm bullshit. I'm gonna pull some of my own. Either way, thank you so much for joining me today, and if you enjoyed this cast, I would deeply appreciate a subscription. As I said in the beginning, we're trying to push my channel up to 200 subscribers, and I'm really excited about reaching that milestone. If you liked it, give it a like. If you want to know more about me or talk to me personally or whatever, my Discord is linked in the description. You can private message me, you can talk to me there. I don't care. I want to get to know more of you all. You all are awesome, and you leave so many nice comments. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining. Goodbye.